Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we are going to discuss about one more new feature of modern bank reconciliation. So as before, Microsoft have launched new feature as an advanced bank reconciliation, but there is a few problems into advanced bank reconciliation. Then after that Microsoft come up with a new feature is a modern bank reconciliation. And right now Microsoft is investing much towards modern bank reconciliation. If you will see in an update, after a 37 update, in every update there is something new in this modern bank reconciliation. So it is important to learn that feature, on that's way that Microsoft is focusing so much on a modern bank reconciliation. Apart from this, we'll discuss what is a new changes and what is still in process for upcoming upgrade in this video. So to start with, I'm going into the system and administration module. In a system and admin module we have a feature management. So in feature management we need to enable modern bank reconciliation. So this is a modern bank reconciliation feature. I have enabled this feature, and after that there is so many changes into the bank reconciliation. We'll see one by one. So to start with, I'm going into the cash and bank module. In cash and bank module we have a banks. So I have selected one bank as an ICICI bank. So this bank I have enabled advanced bank reconciliation. To start modern bank reconciliation, it is important to start advanced bank reconciliation. So I have enabled this advanced bank reconciliation. Then I have also enabled use bank statement as a confirmation of electronic payment. Then we have a statement format over here. So I have selected ICICI bank statement. And yes, so how this statement is come here. So now I'm going into the workspace, and in a workspace I'm going into electronic reporting. So in electronic reporting I have run this advanced bank reconciliation model for a MT940. So due to that this format is unable into the system. So in LCS we have all such a repository, and from that repository I have downloaded this and have then uploaded here this XML, load this XML in here, and that's how I have enabled the format 940 into the system. So after that if you will see in a cash and bank module, I have attached the same format into my bank account over here. Then bank statement name, it is not mandatory. Then reverse debit and credit mark, that is important at the time of reconciliation. We'll see the impact of it. Then automation, reconcile after import. This we can use. Then this is a matching rule set over here. So we can select a matching rule set here. Here I have created one matching rule set for your reference, but to be honest we will not use this in this video, but we'll let you know what is the purpose of creating matching rules later on, rule sets later on. Then there is a till that whatsoever we have discussed, it is a part of advanced bank reconciliation. Modern bank reconciliation come up with some new features. Suppose here if you will see that customer payment general, vendor payment general, and default report configuration, this 3 tab is a new in a modern bank reconciliation. If you will see that what is a customer, if you here you need to select the journal name for a customer payment. Here you need to select same vendor vendor journal name for a vendor payment. And here there is a new report through electronic reporting. Microsoft have launched that we need to attach over here. So again through repository I'm going into the LCS, and then LCS I'm going into the repository, and I have downloaded bank reconciliation report modeling modeling to mapping and the format. Thus three things I need to download, and that I need to attach into the electronic reporting page. So after that this option will be enabled in this over here. So that's how I have done, and once I will selecting this report format, I just need to click on synchronize for a first time to synchronize all the data if it is there. Then so this is all of setup we need to do. Apart from this, if we are already using advanced bank reconciliation and we need to shift to the modern bank reconciliation, then there is a advanced bank reconciliation data upgrade batch job that we need to run. So system will automatically select the banks which have already enabled the just we need to select the date, and after that system will automatically select the bank and company name and bank where the advanced bank reconciliation already enabled. Right now I'm not running this batch because it is not required for this demo data. And what is the purpose of this batch job, I will let you know once we'll discuss all the rules. So now I'm going into the reconciliation matching rules. So here we are discussing what are the new rules and what are the old rules in advanced bank reconciliation and what is the new in a modern bank reconciliation. So we'll start with one-to-one. So in a advanced bank reconciliation there is only three rules. First is a match with bank document, second is a mark new transaction, and third is a general voucher. So that mark new transaction is now abolished in modern bank reconciliation. Why? Because it is converted into the two new rules. First is a clear reversal statement lines and second is a clear reversal bank transaction. Apart from this, in a generate voucher there is no changes, and apart from this there is a more new rules, and in a first match with bank document rules we have a one new type which is a choose matching type. So suppose if you are using only advanced bank reconciliation after 39 version and onwards, this choose matching type is now enabled into the advanced bank reconciliation also. But what that choose matching rules is matching type is all about, we are discussing in a few minutes. Right now in a few minutes. That first what are the rules in a choose matching, what are the types in a choose matching type. So there are four types. First type is a one-to-one. What does that denotes? That denotes that one transaction of the bank statement will match with the one transaction of the ERP. Then again one transaction of bank statement will match with multiple transaction of the ERP. Then many transaction of bank statement will match with one transaction of ERP. And then many to many suggests that many transaction of the bank statement will match with many transaction of ERP. So this is the four new type Microsoft is come up with. As before, what happened that if there is a one transaction in a bank statement and there is a multiple transaction in a system, then system will not able to do reconciliation of such a transaction. To come up with this problem, Microsoft come with this choose matching type, and by implementing this we can do multiple combination and combination of the transaction, and all the permutation and communication of the transaction will be reconciled through these rules. So to start with, we have selected one-to-one transaction rules. So this is a very basic and rules, and it is in advanced bank reconciliation also. Or here if you will see that this is a basic criteria. So what basic criteria suggests, suppose if I will tick on match amount, then my amount of bank statement system will match with my amount of bank transaction in ERP. So that's how system will select the criteria and do the matching while running the matching rule in batch. So here I have option to select match date also. Even I can select, if I will select 2, then plus or minus 2 days whatsoever is there, a system will allow that much difference in while a batch of running in the to match the bank transaction, bank's statement transaction and bank ERP transaction. Then there is one more criteria here, that match document number. So we can match document number also. Suppose if you have voucher number and invoice number, anything related to that we can match. Then we have a bank transaction match transaction type. So suppose we have a vendor payment, customer payment, that's kind of the transaction type is there that we can match. And the last but not the least, which is most important, match payment reference. So so every bank, if we are passing any entry, there is a unique payment reference for each transaction. So it is a mandatory and it is advisable to turn on this criteria for any advanced or modern bank reconciliation. So what I am doing, I have enabled 2 criteria, match amount with my payment reference number here. We'll see at the time of the bank reconciliation what is the behavior and how it is matching in the system. Then we have a more additional criteria, that suppose we have mapped with bank, and bank is we are sending the data to the bank, and bank is checking the data, and then bank will give a success and fail file. In that case, bank have also voucher number and all details over here. So that also we can select in additional criteria here. Okay, so this is additional criteria is new for us. So this is a one-to-one matching type. Then I am going into the one-to-many matching type. If you will see over here, that in one-to-many criteria, there is one more column of bank transaction line. What is that? It is attribute. And why it is a bank transaction line only, I will like to know. This rest of the thing is the same. Here also I have enable that I will match my amount and match my payment reference, but this is a new thing which is attribute. So suppose here, if you will see that this, after that we are going into the new rules, which is reversal of bank transaction or reversal of statement. So so if you will see over here, the first is a reversal of statement. So what is a reversal of statement? So at the time of the, if you have done the payment and it is debited in the from the bank, but it is not credited to the customer at such a situation, what happens that you need to do the repayment, but the what is debited from your account, bank will reconcile that transaction at the end of the day, and it will be reversed from your in your bank statement. So there is a true entry of debit and credit in the bank statement, but there is no entry for the same in the bank in the ERP. So what happens that at the time of the bank reconciliation, such kind of transaction will be unreconciled due to we are not aware of such kind of transaction in the ERP. So what happens that system will check such kind of transaction which is wrongly debited but not credited in the customer account, and such debit and credit transaction have a same payment reference ID. In such a case, system will check such a transaction which have a opposite amount and same payment reference in a bank statement and in a ERP, and system will reverse such kind of transaction. So this is a reversal of statement, then reversal of bank transaction. So at the time of the payment entry, suppose the payment is received from ABC Limited and we have credited to the XYZ Limited. So by mistake we have credited to the wrong vendor, wrong customer. then it vendor or customer whatsoever it is, at such a case, what happens that we need to reverse that transaction and we need to recreate the new transaction. So what happens that again in such a case there is one wrong entry and reversal of that wrong entry. It is in a system, but that is not in a statement, bank statement. So what happens that that kind of the transaction will be unreconciled after the after run of the bank reconciliation. So what happens that due to this matching rule, it will check that what are the opposite amount. So same amount with debit and credit, same transaction type, same payment reference number and same document types with same amount. System will check such kind of the transaction and automatic reverse that transaction if I will run this matching rule. Then yes, so we have covered these two rules. Then there is one more rules is a generate voucher, which is a very similar rules which they are in a advanced bank reconciliation. So what happens that suppose we have a bank charges, we have a loan processing fees, we have a GST charges, we have a checkbook charges, such kind we have a loan check bounce charges, such kind of charges. Sometimes what happens that we are miss out such kind of transaction at the time of the bank entries, and we at the time of the bank reconciliation we comes to know that we have missed out such kind of transaction, bank charges and all. So what's happened that in bank statement you will find that the bank transaction type for such kind of transaction is NCHG, and we can here we need to select the company by clicking on add button, and after adding the company you need to select on the financial details. In financial details you can select the bank transaction type as in bank charges over here, and you need to select the main accounts. So I have selected the main account as an bank card fees or bank card charges, anything you can select over here. And also if it is there is a mandatory dimension for the bank charges, you can select here as an financial dimension. So at the time of the entry it will automatically pass the entry of the bank charges. We'll see at the time of the bank reconciliation such kind of the transaction. Then same way we have a vendor payment. This is again altogether new rules, a vendor payment and customer payment, right? And we have one more option of the settlement also. So we are checking that this is a vendor payment rules. So what happens that we have suppose we have a annual maintenance charges, suppose we have a rent charges, we have a electricity bill, we have some telephone bills. So all such kind of bills have a recurring in the nature. So what happens that all such a kind of the charges will comes with you in every month or twice in a month, 2 months in a once in a 2 month. So what happens that what we will do, it is a recurring charges, and we what we will do generally, we will auto debit such kind of the transaction from the bank. So what happened that this transaction will auto debit from your bank account, but you are not aware of such kind of transaction. So at the time of the bank reconciliation you comes to know that this is my electricity charges and I forgot to enter this electricity charges in my ERP. So what happens that at the time of the bank reconciliation such kind of the transaction will comes across to you, and through this rule this kind of the transaction have automatic payment vendor payment entry. So what I have done, I have selected trading party. So trading party is a Bascom. Bascom is a Bangalore based electricity bill company, and for such kind of the transaction have a bank transaction type is a NTRF. NTRF is nothing but the payment, and here I need to select the company, and in a financial details if you will see that I can select the vendor, then method of payment also I can select. It is not mandatory, but I am selecting here right now electronic payment, and here I need to select the date. I can select the booking date, means the date of the bank statement which is considered as an booking date here. Then I can select today's date. If the period is closed for that booking date, then we need to select the today's date or maybe a last date of this month, that we can select over here. Also we can select the dimension if it is a mandatory any. For the electricity charges we can select offset dimension also we can select. So this is how we can select, we can create the vendor auto payment rule. Then there is one more rule for a customer payment, and the same payment is auto settle if there is an open transaction. So what happens that sometimes we received payment from customer and it is directly deposited by the customer in the bank. So we are not aware of such kind of the transaction. So to settle this kind of the transaction, we can select the customer account and customer bank transaction type, and we have here option that if this customer account and the account which is in the bank statement is matching, then a system will auto pass the entry in the system, and that's how it is work. We can select also here the dimension which is necessary for the passing the customer payment, and payment method and payment transaction type also we can select. So this is how we can create the auto customer receipt rule also. This is altogether new functionality. So we have discussed all the rules. Now we are going into the discussing this rule, advanced matching rule sets. So what is a rule sets? So sets is nothing but the combination of the multiple rules, merging of the multiple rules. So what happens that suppose we have more than one rules, and we don't want to apply each rules multiple times. So what we will create the matching rule sets, and we will accommodate multiple rules into the matching rules sets. Here you can see I have accommodated 4 rules, 4 matching rules in these matching rule sets. Even I can prioritize that matching rules, and if I want to up down, then also I can, if I need to enhance the priority, then I can upside that rule and I can downside rules if I don't I want to deteriorate the rules rule priority. So this is a matching rule sets. Then we are moving towards the main bank reconciliation. So I am going into the bank accounts. So in bank account we have a bank statements. So in a bank statement I have uploaded this, I have imported this bank statement. So I have already imported, so I am not importing again. But what is the steps I am showcasing you. I am selecting my bank account, and I need to browse this MT940, which is a text form over here. This is I need to browse, and I can upload this same template over here. So I am just showcasing you what are the how MT940 is look like. So this is a MT940 format over here, which is a little bit complex one. So I have taken the format and I have understood this format, and I have asked ChatGPT to create the MT940 for me. Then after that, importing this format, we have we can reconcile this from here, reconciliation in a workbook. Okay, so as before, this reconciliation and workbook is not here. So at this time, what we need to do, we need to go to the bank account, and in a bank account we need to select the bank reconciliation, and in bank reconciliation we need to go to worksheet. But to cut down all such steps, what happen, Microsoft have itself in bank statement, you have this feature of the reconcile in workbook. So I have clicked in reconcile in workbook. You can see that all new features and you can able to see all the new features, and also the format is changed by the Microsoft, because Microsoft have invest lots of money over here. If you will see that there is a new format for the bank statement and bank transaction. You can see that bank statement have 14 line and bank transaction have 12 lines. 00 are match, difference is for 80,000. Right, what is a cut-off date? So cut-off date is nothing but the last date of the end date of the my bank statement. So here you can find the unmatched transaction, and once the transaction will get matched, it will move to the match transaction tab. So what we will do, we will understand what are the transactions I have posted till now, and we will execute one by one matching rules, and what are the impact and how it is showing into the system. We'll check one by one. Yes, in this page, if you will see over here, we will use all the rule one by one. But before that, let me go through this Excel. In this Excel, what I have done, I have written all the rules, and this is my bank account number, and my opening balance is 0 right now. So if you will see that this is my one-to-one transaction, all transaction I have written over here. Even these two transactions are related to one-to-one only. Okay, so what I will do, I will run one-to-one rules, and there is a few transactions will automatically match into the system. So let me go to here, and I'm run matching rule 1-to-1, and I'm clicking on OK. So all the marked match transaction will go to the match transaction tab. So if you will see over here, yes, so these two transactions are matching 4 and 5, and this is my reverse transaction test case, but it is matching in 1-to-1 also. You can see that it is a reversal is yes. So I'm not doing anything, I'm making it as right now as a matched only, and this is my first transaction of 31,408 is matching with this 31,408. If you want to see in detail, then you can see that that party name is the same in both case. In this is my bank statement, and this is my ERP transaction. So this is party is matching, and the reference is also matching. If these two is matching and the amount is matching, then the transaction will consider as an reconcile. Over here there is a new tab also, which is a matching type and matching rule. So this is a matching type, match with bank document. You can we have created that rules over there. This is a part of that rule. And what is a matching rule? 1-to-1 is a matching rule, so it is also coming over here. Apart from this, if you will see that matching ID is there. So if there is a 1 and 1 here, that means this transaction of bank statement is matching with this transaction of bank statement in this transaction of ERP. Same way you can see that it is 1-to-1. That's the reason that there is only one transaction in both in a bank statement and a ERP, right? So that's how it is working. If you will select the mark over here, automatic the match transaction in a ERP will tick, and you can unmatch as per your requirement. Okay. So this is about 1-to-1 matching. Now we are moving towards the one-to-many matching rules. So in one-to-many matching rule, what happens that one transaction of the bank statement and many transaction of the ERP will match with each other. So if you will see over here, there is a one transaction of 80,000 in the bank statement, and there is a two transaction of 45,000 and 25,000 combined together as a 40,000 in a bank in a ERP, right? This and this transaction will match with together. So I'm running this matching rule one-to-many. So if you will see over here in remarks that one statement line is marked as a reconcile. So I'm going in a match transaction, and there is a 6 number of matching. Okay, here if you will see, if I will click over here, one transaction of the bank statement which is 80,000 and two transaction of the ERP will match with each other. The total of 55 and 25 is 80,000, and the vendor is same in both the case, and even the reference number is matching, right? So that's how it is. You can match one transaction of the bank statement with multiple transaction of ERP. Now there is a reverse transaction, I mean vice versa transaction. There is a two transaction of the bank statement and one transaction of ERP. So there is a two transaction in the bank statement of 30,000, and there is one transaction of 60,000 in ERP. In all of three have a same payment reference. So here this 30,000 amount and similar payment reference, and here this is a 60,000 of the transaction in a ERP. So I am running one more matching rule as an many to one, and I am clicking on OK. So to understand you all that I am not directly clicking on matching rule sets. If I will do this, all the transaction will automatically be reconciled, and you will not able to understand all the impact of each transaction. So I am doing it one by one. So now if you will go to the match transaction, the seventh number is yes, there is two transaction of the bank statement for a same vendor, and the last three digits is a 464. And here if you will see that there is a new 7 number of the entry, and the last three digits is a 464. So that's how it will work. This is the test case of the many transaction of the bank statement and one transaction of ERP. Okay, so let me untick this here. So now what I'm doing, there is one more rule of many to many. In many to many, what I have done, I have created two transaction of in a statement of 80,000 and 75,000, but I have posted entry with two only, but the amount over here is 1,10,000 and here is a 45,000. So here this is these two entries are there, and here 1,10,000 entries there, and there is a 45,000 of entries here. So I am running now many to many matching rules, many to many. So thus all four transactions will match with each other. So you will see that two statement line will matching and reconcile now. So there is one new numbers of 8 number in a match transaction. So here the reference number is 776, and here also 776 for those two, and the total amount will match with each other. 1110 and 45 is around 160, and here 80 and 45, so 165, and here 80 and 75 is 155. Here 155. That's how the amount is matching. And now I'm moving to another rules. So what we have here, we have a one more rule. Suppose we have discussed that we have by mistakenly created the vendor payment and it is wrongly debited to one vendor. So now we want to reverse it, and we have reversed that vendor over here. But there is no impact in the bank statement for such kind of transaction because it is wrongly posted in a ERP. So thus kind of transaction will automatically matched and reconcile in a system. So for that we have created that rule of reversal of bank transaction, right? Reversal of bank transaction. I'm clicking on OK. So thus two transactions of 6,000 will automatically reconcile and marked in a match transaction. So over here, if you will see that there is a new sequence of 9, but there is no sequence over here. Why? Because these two transactions only affected in a ERP. Then here, if you will see that we have a 400 for bank charges. So what we'll do, we'll learn matching rules for that. So creation of voucher, generate voucher. So from here, if I will click on OK, system will automatically create a voucher for this 400. Yes, so if you will see, then 9th number in a bank statement and 10th number in a ERP. Okay, sorry, both have a 10th number, and these bank charges have booked in a ERP, which is not at the part of the bank ERP as before. So if you will see, document type is a bank statement, and yes, so here the thing is that the system is only post the voucher entry. We will not create any journal for this bank charges. What system will do? System will automatically go to the automatically create a voucher, not going to create a detailed journal for these charges. Then what we'll do, we'll create then we have discussed that we have a multiple entries for electric charges, and we forgot to pass one of the entries for Bascom electricity charges, and we'll able to see this entry at the time of the bank reconciliation in the statement. So we have already created a rule for that. So such kind of transaction have automatic entry in the system. So what I will do, I will create on vendor payment, and once I will click on vendor payment, system will automatically post the entry. Same way we can create a customer payment rules also. So for customer payment, if I will click on OK, all the customer payment will automatically post. For that 50,000 transactions, system will automatically post customer payment. So that's how it will work. So I'm mark this transaction as a reconcile. These three transaction I have not marked in because it is not part of my bank reconciliation. So bank statement. So I have not reconciled this transaction, and there is one more reason to do that. I will let you know once we'll see all such scenarios. So here that's how system will work. Then we have discussed that in a modern bank reconciliation we have a new print feature. So I'm clicking on print reconciliation statement, and once I will click on print reconciliation statement, I need to click on OK. Then there is one new reports will generate in Excel. Let me open the same. So if you will see, the font and design is totally changed for this particular report, and as before there is a ending balance, reconcile balance, and company related transaction, and all such kind of details is there. But now if you will see that this is a detailed report you can able to generate from reconciliation report, that these are the unreconciled transaction, these are the bank statement unreconciled transaction, then these are the reconciled transaction of the company. These are the reconciled transaction of the bank statement. These thus all details you can see, and against which transaction is reconciled you can easily find out through this report. So this is a new report, and you can see the feel of this report is totally changed by Microsoft. And apart from this, there is a those three transaction I have put it as an unreconciled. I will let you know why. Then apart from this, if you will go to the bank reconciliation, and in reconcile, in bank statement, and in bank statement you will have a statement ID. So in a statement ID you will able to find out how much line it is there. There is a 15 line. Out of 15 line, how much is a unmatched, how much is a match, and how much is a reconcile. And again each line, what is my entry number, what and my payment reference number, all detail you can able to find over here. So this is you can able to find the relation of the bank statement and bank transaction in this statement. So this is a new things in a modern bank record. We have created automatic customer payment and vendor payment at the time of the reconciliation. So let me go to the one of the vendor of Bascom to check how the voucher entry will be posted in such kind of the situation. So here if you will see, I'm going into the Bascom vendor in a transactions. So if you will see that there is a 4 transaction, all are created through bank reconciliation. And let me go to the voucher. This is a voucher of this particular transaction, and if I will click on a transaction origin, original document, then I will see all my journal entries related to this voucher. So this is a journal, and we have selected this journal name at the time of the bank's in the bank at the time of the setups. So that's how system will automatically create the vendor and customer payment through the journal. And same way we can we have a new feature in the bank reconciliation itself, that we can, if we find there is a new vendor or customer payment that comes across at the time of the bank reconciliation, we can manually post the entry for the same. So this is all about the bank reconciliation, advanced bank reconciliation and modern bank reconciliation. So I told you that I have deliberately not confirmed that 3 transaction. So I have uploaded one more bank statement. So over here, if you will see that this is my last date of 11th, so I cannot able to re-upload the bank statement for the same date. The next date I can upload only bank statement for the next statement. So over here the problem is that suppose we are implementing a modern bank reconciliation or advanced bank reconciliation. So there is a chances that we are doing a bank reconciliation daily, right? Once the statement is uploaded and marked as a reconcile, you cannot re-upload the statement for the same period of the time. So that is the problem, and that is one, we can say that's the biggest problem we are facing while implementing the modern or advanced bank reconciliation. So that's why I have deliberately not reconcile those 3 transactions, to showcase you that now what I'm confirming this statement. Once I will confirm this statement, I can able to reconcile this statement. Yeah, so we will find over here Cutoff date must be 13, I think so. System will automatically create a today's cutoff date. So what I have done, I have taken these 3 transactions. So that will be mapped in one-to-one matching rules now, but the date is different. And if you will see over here that the date here is a 10th of November, and here is a November 10th, and here 12th November. So there is a 2 days difference between those 2 days. There's a statement and actual bank actual date. So if it is a difference in a date, then it's okay, then there is no problem. But if you want to upload the bank statement on the same days, it is not possible in the system. That is a problem, loophole in the system. Now I'm matching this through one-to-one only. You can match with one-to-many, that's your choice. So one-to-one I'm matching this, and this 3 transaction is now matched into the system. Okay, 1 2 3. So this is unreconciled lines in a bank statement. So we have one more option. Suppose we don't know that for which customer it is there, and we have not created any rule for this customer. So what we'll do, we'll click on generate payment journal. Over here we have 2 types, customer payment and vendor payment. Both are working on the same way. Now I'm selecting customer payment because it's a customer receipt. I'm selecting INMF1. I'm selecting method of payment as an electronic payment. So booking date, I'm selecting booking date, means my entry will be posted on the same date of the bank statement. So it will post it on 12th of November. Then description, if you want to write anything. Then bank transaction type you can select as per your nature of the transaction. This is not compulsory. And dimension, if required, you can select. You can settle the transaction from here, but I have not created any open transaction for this customer, so I am not doing that. I am just generating the payment. So if you will go to the match transaction, there is a generate customer payment from here. So what we'll do, this is 9 lakh of entry. Now I mark this statement as a reconcile, and what I'm doing, I'm going into the customer, all customer, and in all customer I'm going into the first number of customer for this 9 to showcase this 9 lakh of entry. So if you will see that this is the payment entry of 9 lakh in this customer, which is auto generated at the time of the bank reconciliation, right? So I'm going into the original document. In original document, this is my journal batch job for this customer payment, and this is the system generated entry for this customer payment, right? So that's how this is again a new feature of the modern bank reconciliation, which is not there in a advanced bank reconciliation as of now. And so we have discussed all the possibilities of the modern bank reconciliation, and we have discussed the loophole of the right now loophole we are facing in the Microsoft, which will considered by the Microsoft in near future update. Apart from this, I want to this is my personal view, that we have a two separate format for MT 940 and BAI2. So rather than have a multiple format, we have a simple format for bank reconciliation, and both format are very complex to understand for laymen. So rather than this complex format, I request and I'm hoping that Microsoft come up with one simple format for which we can do the bank reconciliation easily. There is only one format for across all the banks, and which is a very easy to understand to a layman and user. So that I'm hoping that can be happen in a near future upgrade of the Microsoft. So I hope you will like this video. Thank you all to joining me for this video, and stay tuned and subscribe for such a valuable